I'll tell you one thing I noticed I do lately. If I'm eating alone, I have to consciously slow myself down.
You gotta savor the flavor, baby.
Like I have to remind myself to take a moment and breathe, buddy, you know? The wings aren't going anywhere. Just because nobody else is here doesn't make your pace any less savage.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy who ends up dead at the foot of his couch with a drumette lodged in his larynx.
My poor wife and kid literally stumble on my lifeless corpse when they come home. Not a dignified way to go.
Dried buffalo sauce caked all over your dumb face. Official cause of death, zero self-restraint.
Yeah, exactly. Well, except the buffalo part. I'm a lemon pepper guy.
Wait, when you order wings solo, you go with lemon pepper?
So zesty. What's not to like?
How does it feel to always make the wrong decision?
I can't stand when people slam on their brakes to slow down for a cop who already has somebody pulled over.
Yeah, you'd have to be going pretty fast.
You would have to drive by holding a severed head out your window for a cop to be like, you should probably take this one.
Yeah, I imagine that would do it.
You'd have to be doing a $110 in a tractor trailer with the words human trafficking rules painted on the side.
Is that rules with a Z?
Only way to spell it. You would have to materialize in the sky in a DeLorean.
Yeah, no, that's plenty. I get it.
Fine. Kinda thought a third example might round out the joke nicely, but, fuck me, I guess. Did you see the paparazzi were snapping pictures of 93-year-old Gene Hackman eating in a New Mexico Wendy's parking lot?
Jesus, leave Popeye Doyle alone already.
They even followed him home and took more pictures of him digging a hole.
Digging a hole? What, did Gene catch a body?
I don't know, but if you make it to 93 and you're still crushing fast food and digging your own holes, I think you've earned the right to a little privacy.
Come on, TMZ. Let Gene Hackman bury corpses on his New Mexico ranch in peace.
Hey, why don't we just shoot our garbage up into space?
You mean besides the litany of obvious reasons, or what are you looking for here?
Well, think about it. I mean, it's causing all sorts of problems here on this planet because we don't have room for it. But out there, it's literally called space. We should just blast our trash at the nearest black hole, and when it gets sucked through in 1,000 light years, it's some other galaxy's problem.
Yeah, I'll get Neil deGrasse Tyson on the horn.
What the hell is Boston Dynamics' problem?
What the hell is all of Boston's problem?
Yeah, valid question. But honestly, these robotics guys, they're taking it too far.
You worried about the uprising?
Are you not?
No, they'll only eliminate pointless invasive species like you.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one thing back in like 2011 when they made a robot that could kinda walk but also fell over like a turtle a bunch. Now through the years you see it dancing, then it's jogging.
Biding its time, getting stronger.
Now the goddamn things can jump and flip. I saw one running what was basically the American Ninja Warrior course.
Oh shit, robots can already tackle Mount Midoriyama?
Pretty much. I don't know why we're training these things to be stealthy assassins.
I give humanity 2 more years, tops.
My wife walked in on me the other day.
Oh, tell me she didn't.
Yep, busted.
What is wrong with you? You can't wait till she leaves the house to violate yourself?
What? No, I wish she caught me masturbating. She walked in on me lotioning my knees.
Ugh.
It was way more humbling. Pretty sure she'll never look at me as a viable sexual partner again.
Well, it's a small miracle she did for this long.
You know, some jokes are just hurtful.
Yeah, well, some jokes aren't jokes.
Wow, okay, I'm over here bearing my soul to you about how I've got old man knees like rusty cheese graters, and you're just tearing me down.
You haven't gotten that old. What are you, like 49?
I'm 37.
Oh, well, you look great.
I regret bringing this up. Did you know the average funeral cost $8,000?
Oof. Talk about kicking you while you're down.
Right? I am so sorry for your loss. Your mother was a lovely woman. Now, let's talk pricing tiers.
I guess the bargaining stage of grief is literally haggling on coffin price.
When I die, do not let anyone spend that kind of money to put me in a hole in the ground.
I will probably outlive you. I'm in spectacular shape.
Honestly, have my friends and family kick in like $5 each and just throw a decent barbecue.
We'll drop a few kegs, get a volleyball game going.
Absolutely. Prop me up in a lawn chair on the side, Weekend at Bernie's style. I'll be the line judge.
Love it.
And when the party's over, toss me in the trash. I'm done here, you know? No need for all the pageantry.
Plus, that gives a sanitation worker a story to tell for life.
I bet. It's not every day you find a full corpse in a neon tracksuit and sunglasses.
He seemed at peace.
You know what I think would be a good band name? Old Town Massage.
Not bad. How about Baboon Heart Heroes?
Lucretia Hammersmith and the Mighty Monarchs.
Walt Clyde Fraser Crane and the Emotional Support Eagles.
Wow. Not gonna pretend I can follow that one.
Why does it seem like every single show I watch has a scene where one character flies off the handle and punches someone to death?
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Bludgeonings in entertainment are definitely way up.
And it's always the same. You see them snap and go all wild-eyed, and then they just punch and punch and punch.
Brain and bone chunks flying everywhere. It's like, all right, I think you can stop, buddy. You're pretty sure you're hitting sidewalk.
The sound effects are brutal, too. It's always so much squelching and crunching. Are people doing this? Do you think you could punch somebody to death?
Oh, I don't know if I have the bone density for that. I haven't had a glass of milk in like 17 years.
You do give off a structurally weak vibe.
I might be able to slap a man to death.
Yeah, but that would take a lot longer. Not very cinematic.
Southern Californians were treated to a 5.1 magnitude earthquake on Sunday in the midst of being battered by Hurricane Hillary.
That's right, hurriquakes are real now, so hug your kids.
Luckily, the weather's supposed to calm this week with only a slight chance of a late weekend flame-nami.
Best of luck out there.
I really hope ghosts aren't real because they always seem to be stuck here for some unfinished business. My whole life is unfinished business.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty lame haunting if it were all about finally selling that acoustic guitar you only played twice.
Right, yeah, I'd be such a mundane ghost. Oh, I never followed through on my children's book. It's hard for the son to eat ice cream.
Yeah, I only watched the first 2 parts of the Kanye documentary. I couldn't handle his emotional unraveling in part 3.
Critical Darling, the bear on FX triggered PTSD from my days waiting tables. I bailed 17 minutes into the pilot.
I can't move on to the next plane of existence until I finally make a dent in the principal on my student loans.
Ugh, too true. Are they forgiving those things or what?
Nope.
Damn. Well, I think I'm done paying him regardless.
That's a smart move.
Raw almonds are a great snack because if you find yourself hungry again 9 hours later, there's definitely still one lodged in your back teeth. Did you know they never make you retake the driver's test? My grandfather drove until he was 93.
And then what? He just gracefully retired from automobility?
No, he drove his Ford Windstar through the side of an elementary school.
No way.
I swear. Luckily, the building was empty. It was a Sunday, otherwise it probably would have been a lot bigger story.
Did he do much damage?
Yeah, he destroyed 3 classrooms and broke a water main.
Jesus, what was he driving? Christian Bale's Batmobile?
He walked away pretty much unscathed, too, in typical Magoo fashion. He just wandered out of the rubble like, hey, somebody might want to get a broom.
Classic.
He hung the article about it on his fridge, too.
Come on.
It's true. He told me, I figure this is the second and last time I'll be in the newspaper, so fuck it. I'm hanging it up.
Oh my God. This man might be my hero. You okay, pal? You don't seem quite yourself today.
I don't know. You ever just have one of those days where you're profoundly bummed that Tom Petty's not around anymore?
Ugh, I do. Great, now I'm sad.
You ever notice every commercial for mobile betting apps ends with a disclaimer and a hotline number?
Well, they want to make sure you get the help you need after they bleed you dry.
They have made it so I can bet on anything at any time from my phone, including in-game bets with constantly shifting odds and random props.
Will Randy Arozarena scratches balls on camera in the bottom of the third?
Exactly.
How many concussions will Miami Dolphins coaches ignore through week 5?
A month's worth of my rent says at least 7.
How many nonsensical stories about mountain biking will Bill Walton shoehorn into tonight's broadcast?
I think I've honestly seen that bet. That's what I'm saying. There's some algorithm cooking up a literally infinite amount of wagers for me to partake in. And how they counterbalance that is, what, toss me a toll-free number in case I've somehow developed a gambling problem?
Yep.
Cool. Good system.